Hello guys! Oh my god, let me just tell you, the time currently is 7 AM. I actually haven't spoken this morning. This is the first I'm speaking, so that's why I sound like an actual man. Basically, I filmed this video and then I wanted to refilm it because I wasn't really keen on it, and the only time I have is before work this morning. So yeah. Anyway, how are you? I hope that you're really well and having a good week. So in my last video, it was stage door tips, and I said that what I'm going to be doing is 3 stage door videos. So the pictures that you're seeing at the moment, by the way, are pictures of me at stage door that I just thought I would include because they're quite cute and I wanted to include them. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a big thumbs up. Please subscribe down below and click the notification bell so you are notified when I upload. Let's jump into it. Cool, so my first favourite stage door experience. I'm actually going to leave my ultimate favourite stage door experience for number 5, so you need to keep watching. It's a really good one. So yeah, number 1 would have to be when I met the amazing and beautiful Jonathan Groff. Here is a picture of me and him. Right, so basically I moved to London when I was 8. I was gonna say I moved to New York. I never lived in New York. I moved to London when I was 18. So I moved on the Monday, and on the Wednesday I went and day seated for a play that Jonathan Groff was doing. He was doing Death Trap. I went on my own. I didn't have any friends. I didn't know anybody, and it was absolutely amazing. It was a play, so I didn't hear him singing, but like his acting was amazing. It was so good. After the show, I really wanted to meet him. I was such a huge Spring Awakening fan, so I went to the stage door on my own. It was when Glee had just started, and there were lots of people there with like DVDs that you could tell hadn't been to see the show and were going to sell them on eBay. But there were lots of other people there that I ended up talking to. I ended up speaking to this lady who was really nice, and she was on her own as well, and we took each other's photos and stuff, and it just made it all a little bit less awkward. So that was one of my tips that I said in the other video, by the way, about talking to people when they're on their own. And so that was really nice. And then when I met Jonathan Groff, I was so nervous, and I was just like, I really love Spring Awakening, and he was like, yeah, it's awesome, isn't it? And I was like, yes, oh my goodness. And then also I had a big bow in my hair, and he was like, hey, I really like your bow, and I was like, I was shaken to the core. Have you all seen that thing as well, by the way, about Jonathan Groff and Sutton Foster, where he stage doored her, and then when he was in Hamilton, she came and stage doored him, and I was like, listen guys, maybe one day Jonathan Groff will come and stage door me. Probably not, but you know, a girl's got a dream. Okay, number 2. So my second favourite stage door experience, I don't have any photos from, unfortunately, and there's a reason why. It was when I went to see Wicked for the very first time. I was, I think, 16. It was like this huge deal. I was finally going to see Wicked. I was such a Wicked fangirl. I remember we went to go and see it with Idina Menzel. She only did like the first couple of months of the London run, and it was just like, I was obsessed with her at the time. I remember me and my mum and my dad at the end of Defying Gravity were all like, what? I think my mum was crying. Like, we'd never heard anything like that in real life before, and it was just amazing. It was a different time. And then after the show, we went to stage door, and there were like, oh, what's it called? Barriers. There were barriers up, and we were like, oh my goodness. But it obviously made a lot of sense. She's this huge Broadway star. She won a Tony for playing the role. So each person came out. I got my program all signed, and then Idina Menzel came out, and I was like, oh my god. And she signed my program. I was like, oh, please can I have a photo? And she was like, oh, I would, but I'm off to go meet my dad, so I'm in a bit of a rush. Do you mind if we don't? And I was like, yeah, that's fine. And you might be like, why is that one of your favourite stage door experiences when you didn't get a photo? I don't even know why. It was just a really exciting experience for me. It was the first time I'd stage doored a show that was like this huge part of my life. It just meant a lot to me. It's really cool. Okay, so my third favourite stage door experience was when I went to see Les Mis for the first time. This was my first ever West End show ever. So we went to the stage door after the show. I think we only met John Lee, who was playing Marius. I don't really know why though, because the photo of us is really dark, and then all of the other times that I met everybody else, it was light outside, and I remember it was the day after, and we went to the theatre before the cast went in, which, add-on tip to my video yesterday, you can go to the theatre before the show starts if you so choose. I was like 12 at the time, but my only issue with that now is I know that people sometimes come in late, or they're rushing to do something, and it's all before the show, and I personally would always decide to go after, but it's a personal opinion, and you can go before if you want to. The next day we went to the stage door and hoped to meet some cast members, and my favourite person who I met was Jeff Layton, who was playing Jean Valjean, and he was the sweetest man ever. Here's a photo of me and him. I know, I was wearing a visor. It was a different time, it was early 2000s. He was just so sweet. He like had a proper conversation with us all about the show, and he was like, do you want to be an actor one day? And I said, yeah. And he was like, do you know what, I think you'll really make it, and like giving me all this advice about working hard and being in the business and things, and it was just so lovely, and it's a memory that I just don't think I'll ever forget. And it was so nice, and it was at my favourite theatre, which is the Palace Theatre. Oh, I just loved it. And then my fourth favourite stage door experience was actually, I wasn't intending to stage door. I went to see the Book of Mormon with my sister and her husband, who was at the time just her boyfriend. They came down to London and we went to go and see the Book of Mormon. I had actually seen it before. I went to see it with them, and we went to see it, and Jack and Laura had never seen a West End show before, and at the end Jack was like, oh, I just wish I could meet them, and I was like, you can. So I took Jack to stage door, and he bought the coffee table book of the show, and he got everybody in the cast to sign it, and it was honestly one of the sweetest things I've ever seen. And I talk about it all the time because I just loved it. And like everybody who came out, he like shook their hand and he was like, oh, it was a really good show, mate, thank you very much. It was just really lovely. Like it was just him going and telling people at stage door that he thought they did a great job. And like so often at stage door it's like just about like who has the most Twitter followers, and then making sure you get their photo and their autograph and stuff. He was just congratulating everybody and thanking them all, and it was just really lovely. And we had a photo with Gavin Creel, who I have actually met a couple of times, and he's so lovely. So this is the picture of me and Jack and Gavin Creel and Gavin Creel's dog. Oh, I really love that memory. And then my fifth favourite stage door experience, this is my ultimate ever stage door experience. Yeah, my other favourite stage door experience has to be when I was in Edinburgh at Cockadoodle Moo. Rachel Tucker and her son stage doored our show. Here is a photo of us. Right, you will be like, Amy, what is going on with your face? My makeup, this was very early on in the run. My makeup was still in like development of what we were doing with it. And I had this huge like cow mouth. And Rachel Tucker was like, oh, your face. And I was like, mate, I know. She was so nice though. And I met her and Guy, her husband, and Ben, her son. And they were just so sweet. And like, she shook my hand, and I had my awful cow gloves on, and I had to like rip them off. And I was like, oh my God. It was so weird because that night I had tickets to go and see her in concert, and there she was at our show. So weird. Her son Ben was just the cutest person ever. And he was like, I want photos with the cow and my mum, and I want photos with everybody and my mum, and the dog and my mum, and like our characters and things. And he was so sweet, and Guy was lovely, and it was just a really nice experience all around. And it was so mad to then go and see her in concert that night and be like, hee, you stage doored me earlier. And also she recently stage doored Ben Platt, so does that mean me and Ben Platt are the same? Maybe. Anyway, there we have it. There are my favourite 5 stage door experiences. I'm so sorry for the lighting, for the voice, for the sleepy mind. I'm sorry for it all, but I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please share it around, and please tell me, please tell me your favourite stage door experiences. Who was the nicest person that you've ever met? Did you meet any friends? Did you get some cool photos and things? I want to know. I hope you're having a lovely afternoon, evening, morning, or whatever. I will see you soon. Love you lots. Bye. Bye. God's sake.